My name is Kristen Davis.
My name is Casey Langford.
I am a flight paramedic.
I'm a flight nurse and air medical base supervisor for P.H.I. Air Medical.
As a flight paramedic, I start a lot of IVs, administer medications to stop seizures. For pain management, I help do drug calculations and insert medications into the pump and stabilize your wounds and injuries prior to getting you to the hospital.
So as a flight nurse, part of our job is to take care of sick patients. We try to offer the quickest route for sometimes to prevent delay in patient care. We also offer critical care experience that we have.
Fly.
I chose to become a flight paramedic because I was a ground paramedic for almost 10 years. And one of my friends told me that I needed to have more of a challenge in my life and my career.
Well, I have been a nurse for 17 years. I started out as an LPN. Did LTAC, which is long-term acute care. Then I progressed into emergency medicine. Then later into trauma. I became the trauma program manager of a level 3 trauma center. And I've always wanted to be able to provide the highest level of care I could give to my patients. And part of that is also learning to critically think on a different level and be able to give patients care that otherwise they would not receive. And I saw some deficits in some of the care that I've seen patients receive, and it's just because some facilities just don't have the ability to obtain the education. And so part of being a flight nurse is not only being able to provide that critical care knowledge and skill to these patients, but I'm also able to go to these facilities and teach them what I know so we can all improve on the care that we're giving and providing to these patients.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
My qualifications and years of experience helped me get this position. I was a paramedic for 10 years before with my associates in emergency medical science, focused on paramedicine. Then after that, I decided to go back and get a bachelor's degree in emergency medical science.
Again, I was an RN for 17 years. I have, throughout the years, I have obtained my certified emergency nurse certification. I'm also trauma certified, recognized. I had that certification. I have multiple certifications because I've pushed myself and reached for as much education as I was able to obtain.
I went to college to fly fixed wing and realized helicopters looked a little more interesting, so I joined the Army to go fly helicopters. And then after the Army, went to Wisconsin to fly twin engine EMS helicopters, and then they moved me down here to Mississippi.
Really haven't had any scary experiences as a flight paramedic. Been doing it 2 years as a flight paramedic, and nothing that comes to mind as a flight paramedic has scared me.
Not a single time.
No.
My father hasn't botched a landing once.
No, they land very smooth.
You don't have to lie to me.
No, they land smooth.
Whew. To be honest, every day that I know that I'm going to be on the flight line and that it is my decisions and my critical capabilities, my skills, my knowledge base, that is going to be what's going to keep my patients from meeting the Grim Reaper, is a scary day. Because I can make one miscalculation on my medications. I can not see a trauma that's, because I'm tunnel vision on something else. Every day is a scary day.
Coming in on landing one time, we were going over 100 miles an hour, and I had 2 ducks come through the windshield at night, and it damaged me pretty good, and the helicopter went upside down. And we lived.
My favorite part of the job is just being able to experience the amazing sights we see when we're flying to a scene, it's actually slightly calming.
My favorite part of the job, again, with being a nurse for 17 years, I have treated multiple different patients, all the way from pregnant moms to the ends of their life. And it's tough. You get to know these patients, and you get to feel and know their families, and you become empathetic and you're compassionate with them. And to have the autonomy and the ability to do what is necessary and not have to rely on someone who may not feel the same way or agree with you. You can see the situation and you can do something about it and make a difference. That is the biggest thing. That is my favorite part, is the fact that I can make a difference.
Friday.
So what do you guys do when you're in the back of the helicopter?
There's minimal room. Our patient will sit here. The bags come over here with me. My partner will sit here with the patient's head in her lap, pretty much. I'll sit all the way back because the bags have to be easily accessible to me. I have to be able to get my medications, my intubation equipment, and my suction out of any of the bags at any given moment. I have to be able to reach them. Then we've got a few devices here on the back.
There's a lot of equipment in there that we don't use a lot, but we keep on here just in case we need it for those special occasions. We also keep warm blankets. The reason being for that is trauma patients don't do well when they're cold, and so we have to keep them warm.
In this bag we keep all of our intubation equipment, medications for intubation. We keep our suction, and we also keep a few splints in here. And in the back bag we've got all of our medications, our infusions, whereas we keep the rest of the stuff on the walls easily accessible. We don't have to think about where they are, we just kind of can grab.
We are kind of confined to our seats. There's not a lot of room to move around. So I can grab a flush, I can grab my syringe, I can reach right here, grab my pump, bag of fluid, tubing, whatever I need. We go through every morning and we count every item, and we make sure every item is where it's supposed to be. That way I can close my eyes and I can look and feel and know where everything should be. This is one of our go bags. Inside this bag we have intubation equipment, ambu bags. I have a pediatric and an adult ambu bag. I have trauma supplies, and I also have what we call an OG tube, which is something we slide down inside of their mouth or inside their nose to empty the stomach contents for trauma patients. Turn it on and it's covered with a cover, and you can actually see video of what you're looking at. Scissors, tourniquets. These are needle decompression spears. They're very, very long.
We're going to go over the basic controls of the helicopter and what they do. The first one that we're going to talk about is the collective, and that increases the angle of attack, the pitch on the whole rotor system. Second one is the cyclic, and it moves the pitch of the rotor in specific areas depending on if I want to go forward, left, right, or backwards. And then down near my feet, some people would call them rudder pedals, but we wouldn't in the helicopter world. They increase the pitch or the thrust in the tail rotor, and they'll point the nose of the aircraft to the left or to the right.
Airmed 2, launch request. Neshoba County C, Airmed 2, launch request. Neshoba County C, heading 34 for 1-5.
Hey Ron, the patient weighs 120 kilos. I got the MBGs. Where did Ron go?
Is he out there?